Welcome to CorperNews24 Weekly Review. I'm OJUKWU Helen. With me here is High Priest Nico. He's going to be my analyst for today. Welcome.
Thank you, dear. You're welcome too.
How your weekdays been?
We've been Nigerians. We've been enjoying the Yigi Haga going on in the country in economic situations and every other thing. But it's been cool.
Okay, first of all, there's a lot of headlines that have been going on, making rounds throughout the week, but we have the most important words. Let's start from the House of Rep and the VAT being increased to 7.5%. How do you feel about that?
That's huge, of course. That's very, very huge. Every Nigerian already is going through a patch that is, I think, the rate by which it was increased. It's something that I think should still be revisited again, because already we have been breathing and surviving this era of hardship, recession, and co. And getting that news this week from the House of Rep, it's wonderful.
Don't you think that it's actually manageable, given the fact that it came from 5% to 7.5%, adding that they were actually arguing for it to be up to 15% by 2030. Is that going to be possible?
Nothing is manageable in this country again.
Okay.
It's pushing us to the wall. I don't understand. Nothing is manageable.
But Nigerians are not protesting.
Because for last talk say, we don't talk.
Oh, okay.
We are suffering and smiling.
Okay.
The more you push, don't worry, you're looking for a protest. Maybe you get it any moment from now. But
it's possible.
Yes. Really, look at it. Do you know what's going on in the country? Talking about the cost of living, everything you touch. The other day, this is on review matter. So I was out, and the price of even liquor. It's more. Those days you get it, but everything is touching Nigerians.
Are you a liquor?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Even bottled water is another level right now.
Okay.
So.
All right. That's for the first headline. The second one is about the Minister of FCT and Wike. He actually made a statement that if Governor Fubara of Rivers State should be impeached, heavens would not fall. Is a minister actually meant to say that? Apart from saying that the leadership of Supreme Egbesu Assembly, an ancestral traditional institution of the Ijaw people, has promised President Tinubu a shock of his life if the president is actually removed.
My dear, as we are doing here, our job is to review this topic. But if I have to say beyond what I know, my time in Bayelsa State, 8 years, during my first degree days, I understand that the Egbesu, you know what Egbesu is, Nigerians, Egbesu is not just a deity. And they are backing Fubara.
Okay.
And a minister is an appointee. He wasn't voted for.
Yes.
They did not give you that mandate. The president said, come into my cabinet and work with me on this affair. And by doing that, being in the presidential cabinet, they transfer a lot of power to you to help the presidency run a lot of things in the government.
So how come Wike is stretching?
I'm getting there, Helen. See, Wike is who he is. Wike was the Rivers State governor for 8 years. Okay. And before then, he was the chairman of OJUKWU, the biggest local government in Rivers State. I think for 3 to 4 years. So Wike is who he is. You understand? I dare to say that Wike has pocketed the judiciary. Yes, now I'm not a politician, because
chief judge.
Aside that, my dear, Helen, why would people come out in Nigeria and do things like this as if there is no law and order? There are legal ways and procedures. So even if you want to impeach the governor, he should be found guilty of something. Enough said. Egbesu saying they will back him up, it's their own concern. Okay. Because more than Egbesu should back him up if he's actually doing the right thing. More than Egbesu. There are various ways. This is where we were arguing and saying there are different press and pressure groups. We have the Nigerian Youth Council, we have the Nigerian Youth Alternative Council, We have a lot of the youth activist group, but you still pocket these guys and you speak authoritatively. This is where Igbesu stands out.
Do you feel that River State is actually divided into two? Because I don't really see the reason why a governor of a state would actually come to the House of Assembly and he will be locked outside.
Ellen, even in your family house, there's division. Yes, I don't know much about it. My point is that when I mean
okay,
saying that is that even in your I want to start from there.
Okay.
Everywhere there is politics, money, and power being agitated, there is division.
Okay.
River State is supposed to be divided.
Is it supposed to be?
Yes, there is a man that has so much power and money and dragging people's attention to his side. And besides, look at our earlier review. It's not about the VAT.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living is very interesting. That anybody can choose to follow money over common sense.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
That makes division. Mm-hmm. You carry something and give to somebody, say, shut up your mouth.
But isn't that against law, locking the governor, a whole governor, out of the National Assembly?
Where is the law?
Is it possible? Okay, but we're in a democratic world. If a country that is practicing democracy, so how is it possible that a whole governor would be locked out of his own National Assembly? Because definitely Fubara
You just treat that guy like he's nothing.
Fubara is the governor of River State, whether anybody likes it or not.
To be. Do you understand? That is what they're trying to tell us.
Like they're giving it just the name. Just
what
the
do
name.
you think?
So there are other people running River State from behind the scene.
What do you think? We are journalists.
Yeah, I feel that there is invincible hand running.
There's always going to be.
There's invincible hand running River State, and they're not giving. And I feel that Fubara wants to make something right. He wants to turn around River State, but they're not giving him enough chance because of the godfatherism that he has rejected. He has rejected to bow to. So I feel that
Helen Fubara is not innocent of.
He's not innocent.
Rejecting godfatherism.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure that we get this clear. I might not like what's happening in university. It doesn't mean I support or I will see Fubara is innocent.
Okay, you feel that at some point they fell out.
Everybody is, God bless you. Everybody is somehow involved in this godfatherism thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe Fubara and Wike fell out. There's something happened, and people, I don't know,
because we don't know what happened, and they are not
know because Fubara would not tell us everything that happened before he was allowed. Do not forget. Let's get this straight. Wike is feeling betrayed. Yes, he was the one. He is the one that handpicked out Fubara
and dropped him.
Blessed him before dropping. Blessed him. See, this guy will do something great. So why is it all of a sudden becoming the worst nightmare in River State?
Now, who is becoming the worst nightmare?
Both of them are worst nightmare to the peace of River State.
Oh, yes.
I will not come out in public and tell you Fubara is a good man. I don't know Fubara. You understand? I've been a participant of a lot of activities in that South Nigeria, thanks to NANS and the Izoimbe Youth Council. The same Izoimbe that is attached to Igbesu from Bayelsa State. So by virtue of that, I'm able to understand the way political systems work in that area. It is very active. River State, Bayelsa State, and Delta State. These are active states in the South. So Fubara coming out from, do you know who Joseph Wike is? Do you know who that man is? You come out today, you say this guy would continue from where I stopped. And in less than 2-3 months, he start fighting you.
But is that even a norm? Like handpicking somebody to be like, okay, this person is going to succeed me. Is that supposed to be politically acceptable in a democratic country? Like, you're saying it as if it's a normal thing, or it's meant to be a normal thing. Like, okay, yes, godfatherism is normal in Nigeria. Is it actually meant to be normal? We are doing review. I'm not in their PDP or APC. Okay.
So there are several things you will not bring out from my mouth.
Okay.
So what I know right now is that the whole Nigeria, the globe, Wike says it, he boasts. He doesn't filter his words.
Okay.
And I am saying what I can defend as a journalist.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what he says. He says that he did this, I did that, I was,
yeah.
Without his wonderful voice. So he has said these things several times. That he did this, he
could
did
do
this,
that.
I can do this.
I will do that, so and nothing will happen.
We need to be careful with what we are saying because we need to quote what he has said.
Yes.
So Wike is saying, crying to us before now and telling us that this is what he has said. Then even when the betrayal saga started, he was crying for a long time. So I expected this. We all expected more than this.
Okay.
But what we are watching right now is where the dice fall out to be tomorrow.
Okay, enough of the weekend. Let's go to our former president, Muhammadu Buhari, and he has reaffirmed his statement and commitment to All Progressive Congress, APC. What do you think his affirmation is actually going to do to APC? It's going to help because him being at the background, I don't know what's it going to do.
Yeah, I'd like to be very, very, very candid and frank with this statement. I don't know what I'm even hearing this guy in the news again, respectfully. He was supposed to retire to his cows.
Yes.
But because he found out in Niger, or not Nigeria. But because of the coup that happened in Niger, which make Niger now under a military rule, he knows he cannot return back.
Venture into the...
No, we are just discussing facts. These are factual things, Nigeria. We know that during the time that His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari was in power, it was like a ghost service. Yes. So all of a sudden now we are hearing that he's reaffirming his
commitment.
What are you reaffirming? You need to reaffirm your commitment to Nigerian progress, economic progress. And to me, there is a stage where these our political fathers will get to. They should just detach themselves.
His first time, it wasn't even. He was away for like I think 2-3 years or so.
There are some activists, politicians that have said a lot of things about him not returning to his cows. This is good business to them. But you see, Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, these people are now under a different kind of rule, not democratic government any longer. So this is where he could have returned to. So when I got the news, I was like, why are you distracting us? What are you reaffirming? Nigeria needs reaffirmation in progress. You come and tell me I'm back to Nigeria, I want to see Nigerian work, probably in the agricultural sector, probably in this, then you come and you try to inject what is needed. You are reaffirming your commitment to the...
does he still have anything to offer?
These are the questions we need to ask him.
Does Buhari still have anything to offer?
All of them there.
Because during his tenure, I did not really see anything that he worked out. So
at least we are still alive during his tenure.
Okay, we are still alive.
We give him that credit. He did not...
No, we are still alive. Yeah, that's one thing.
No, this headline was very, very intriguing because I keep saying you are reaffirming that your commitment, not to Nigerians, but to a political party.
Okay, to a political party that is going to support them, maybe financially.
Okay, now well done. So that's the review we have in that aspect of the political sector.
Okay, let's talk about the presidential candidate of Labour Party in 2023, which is Peter Obi. He actually met with Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State. Actually, the purpose of their meeting have not been disclosed. But do you think that it's in preparation of 2027 election?
That's the problem we're having in Africa and Nigeria.
Must they meet?
Of course, it's campaign. That's what is important to them. You don't understand.
Even before.
Yes. Even as election just finished, the next 2 months, some people are already campaigning for the next one. The next 4 years.
Next 4 years. Okay.
So whoever is alive by that time, the cows and the goats that will be allowed to vote will vote. Now, Peter Obi have been seen as a gentleman of Nigerian and African politics.
Yeah.
So to say. Similar to His Excellency Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. These are gentle guys. But that doesn't mean that every activities that they make are 100% certified. There are some things that when I see, Helen, people are suffering. Helen, I just love the way you assembled your review from the VAT increment. That's to tell us that we are not safe. People are suffering. And the work of the opposition in this particular century, in this particular era, is what I don't really understand. The opposition in every country, the United States, United Kingdom, others, their work is more or less, most of the time, to inspire change, to bring out places that the present political party in the ruling system could influence whatever they are doing positively. So I don't really know what, as we rightly said here, we don't know what Peter Obi went to go and do there. He might have gone there to tell them how to improve the economic system. There is possible. So let us just conclude.
Okay, until the purpose of the review the meeting comes out, do you think that an able man can actually be the president of Nigeria? Sorry to say, it has nothing to do with being tribalistic or anything, but to push it back right from the history that we know. How long has it been since an able man?
You can call it from even 1960, before 1960, even down to 1940 during the amalgamation.
Apart from
you can call it from there.
Nnamdi Azikiwe, which was he even the president?
He was said to be president. He was said to be a ceremonial president. Yeah, so he actually was recorded as a president.
Okay.
In the books of history where we don't have teaching to our children.
Would it ever
do an Igbo man need
be possible
do an Igbo man need to be looking out to rule Nigeria?
Is that not meant to be democracy?
Like, democracy in what way? If Nigeria is going to be
we are
better,
3 ethnic tribes in Nigeria, and for the fact that an Hausa man has ruled Nigeria, a typical Hausa man has ruled Nigeria, a typical Fulani man has ruled Nigeria, a typical Yoruba man has ruled Nigeria. What about the Igbo tribes? Is it because they are minorities? Because there's...
Who says the Igbos are minority? Who says that? The Igbos are just seen as what they are seen as, nothing more. The Igbos are just... Imagine somebody came out 2 weeks ago, Abi, and he was like apologizing in his own narrative, the book he wrote. I don't want to call names every time. And he's saying that the Igbo were not actually responsible for the massacre and the very, very serious and bloody coup from the early 1960s, 65, sorry. So this was said after years of genocide, years of a lot of nepotism, years of making the Igbo look like they were the Nigerian worst nightmare. So I ask a question which you are not listening carefully to understand what I'm trying to say. I say, Helen, do an Igbo man need to rule Nigeria? Yes, I would like to say something.
Don't they need to rule Nigeria?
Helen, I'm from Anambra State.
Okay, I think what you're trying to say that it's not about the tribe, it's about the capable person.
If a Sokoto man, if he's from the north, would make Nigerian better, let him go. If an Ijo man, if an Ikwere man, if a Kalabari man, if an Isoko man, or if anybody, if he's from Jos, if he's from Bariki Ladi, Lantan, Banshan, that would change it. No, these are local governments there.
Really?
If those people would come and change Nigeria, let them rule. Peter Obi is not entitled to anything. Have you been to the east of recently? I would like to drop something to you. Have you been to the east? What development is going on in the east? Have Peter Obi gone to his state? Where His Excellency Soludo Charles is trying to eradicate a lot of nonsense going on. Has he gone to assist them? See, Peter Obi, he has a lot of issues he needs to deal with. Nigeria is not about the whole Nigeria. Sometimes you start one by one, deal with it. Peter Obi is not safe in terms of condemnation of the country's stupidity. Yes, go to the east and tell me the development going on there. Let me see, point one. What is he doing? What is the whole eastern Nigerian doing than coming to take over Lagos and other places and make noise? I said by saying I'm from Anambra State. So let us just be factual about it. That's the answer to my question.
Well, I would say that if the liberty that is given to Lagos State is given to Onitsha and some
who is holding the liberty?
I think eastern part of Nigeria will also be as good as
nobody
Lagos
is holding
State.
them. They are the one that leave their town and go everywhere in the world.
Okay, well, there's no international support. There's no international support in the east.
Who told you so?
Is there?
Let's don't go deep. Yeah.
No, let's.
You want to go deep?
Yes, I want to know what. No, I want to know because you're saying about one man. What has Peter Obi gone? What has Peter Obi gone? No, do you understand? What I'm trying to say is that if the eastern parts of Nigeria would be given much liberty as Lagos State, I think things would be better there.
What kind of liberty? Every state has this liberty. Every state has his or her state budget. Every state has his or her plan. Every state has everything that they need to become productive.
Do the eastern part have?
They have the same equal opportunity.
Do the eastern part? Do they have the?
They have the same
international seaports.
What are you talking about? Lagos and seaports?
No, hold on, because most Lagos State was built on the hardship. Mostly, let me say 60% of the hardship of the Igbo people.
How will you say that?
Yes, I would say that because check everywhere in Lagos State. Check everywhere in Lagos State. Let me say like 50% is occupied by Igbos. Yes, it's true. Go around Lagos State, and the people that are, if you go to an area that the house rent is inflated, is so high, check what is going on there. The building, the structures is being mounted by Igbo men. Yorubas hardly do anything for themselves. Rather, they just build one house that has each room to each wives, and at the end of the day, they can rent it out to strangers. But when I'm talking about big mansions that you enter and you be like, wow, they're being built by Igbo men, and that is what actually inflates the prices of housing in some areas.
Helen,
yes or no?
I don't know.
Why? No, don't be biased. It's not nice.
I'm not.
Don't be biased. It's not nice.
I just don't know. I don't want to say anything about
Why don't you want to say anything?
It's not important.
Why?
Because it's not in the Igbo man's psychology to want their personal progress.
Yes,
they don't know what they are doing to themselves.
Okay, fine. Then let's head on to the Kaduna High Court. The Kaduna High Court has actually ordered the remand of a husband and wife in prison and two conspirators following the arraignment by the EFCC for allegedly impersonating the wife of Katsina State Governor and defrauding a bureau de change of 197 million naira. How is that even possible to impersonate the First Lady of Katsina State?
Ellen, let's just keep enjoying these reviews because we were in this same share and we got the news that an animal swallowed something in JAM office. Why didn't you ask how is that one possible? We're in this same office and we heard that snake also swallowed something.
Okay.
You understand? We're in this same office and we hear a lot of ridiculous things happening in the country. So the hardship has pushed Nigeria into local crimes. Everybody is now doing a lot. And the amount of crafted crimes that is going on, even human trafficking. So sometimes you hear that somebody is killed and the body is being dissected. You understand? What is going on? Anything is possible. The hardship, the level of the hardship is not letting me, of course.
Do you blame
I don't have anything to say. Whoever is found guilty of being a criminal should face the law because everybody is going through this.
Let's talk about the bureau de change officials. Don't you think that they should share a little bit of blame for actually believing somebody to be the First Lady without even verifying?
I mean, as I said earlier, I don't want to put my mouth in a criminal's case. Because when you choose to be crafty, then you're talking about a country where a lot of people are criminals, even in the office of like executive office. Everybody are responsible for so many things.
Are you a criminal?
No, not me.
Okay.
Not me. That's a good question. But a lot of persons.
Everybody is a criminal.
No, everybody, even the people that are persecuting. What I'm just trying to read, because right now you start this review with this the VAT increment, so it's actually disturbing my own understanding.
Okay.
Like I'm not really happy about those increments already as it is.
Okay. So, okay, let's actually talk about the Nigerian Customs Service. They actually intercepted $1.154 million and 135 900 Saudi riyals as uncleared foreign currency at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport. What should we do about this unaccounted for currency, foreign currencies in Nigeria, in Nigerian airports, and we are suffering?
The Customs Service, the Nigerian Customs Service, have its regulatory bodies, have its accounting bodies, and they actually have their own system of recovering this fund and properly giving account back to the federal government on what they have recovered.
And that's where I have an issue. Most times they just tell us, okay, they recovered so. Then a follow-up news would be a problem because we end up not getting a follow-up.
They actually have their archive. They have their media team.
Okay.
Yes, they don't really make everything open.
I'm following the customs services.
You want to get
Nigeria,
an information
and
about
at the end of the day, most times
you need to go to the customs
or
office.
call them.
Yes, and they'll open those archives and show you what they have been doing. So
all right, that's enough for crimes and politics and politicians and governors. So I want to talk about two headlines. I like them so much. I had to just extract them. Very dark man. Very dark man. He reacted to his arrest warrant. The court has ordered for his arrest because of messaging.
What do you want us to react about this kind of headline? Very dark man is now an official inmate for life. When I mean inmate, I mean like he likes when you it is verified that very dark man enjoys to be called and be summoned and be arrested safe. So the messaging issue, I think, with what we have followed up and is clearly factual, we have confirmed that very dark man is on the side of the former messaging management.
Yes.
And a lot of things has been said online, which I will not put my mouth because I don't know the factual evidence of everything that he is saying and whatever they are saying. So, but what is on ground right now is that he's in China. He went for some walks in China with some Chinese guys. So even as he's there, they've ordered for his arrest. So they are waiting for him to approach the airport and they take him.
And VDM is ready. He's ready for the arrest.
That's his business.
I think he always has proof before he drags people.
Even if he doesn't have proof.
No, VDM always has proof.
You know that's for
yes. Before he can drag somebody, VDM would have the proof to drag you.
Helen, you are wrong. You shouldn't have said that.
Tell me one issue that VDM has actually.
The last issue he did with a lady and Nidu, he came back online and tactically apologized. He took the girl out. He spent time with her.
Okay.
So you don't. VDM is who he is. I love the idea that he has fought for several human rights online, recovery of a lot of things, and he is active as a Nigerian youth. But that doesn't mean that PDM has been 100% verified to everything he has brought out.
Okay,
I really have confirmed that. And the only thing I can say about VDM's case is that I think he is very stubborn to coming out to say, I am sorry, directly. He will not do that.
Yeah, but he said, I'm sorry.
Is that the only case that he's wrong? Him chasing the Falanos till today, does he have enough proof to that? Aside from a voice note.
The voice note is the proof now.
Helen, allegedly.
Allegedly, that voice note is not as if he said. The voice note actually proved that somebody, Helen, he wasn't the one that even called the Falanas name.
The voice note is, you are talking about the guy, the Bob Whiskey, saying all he said. You could have verified.
Could have verified
before
if
he did not verify. This is
you cannot verify a voice. The voice note is hold on. The voice note is speaking for itself. It's like calling me and telling me that your colleague is stupid. And I recorded it, and you're telling me that I should go and verify if your colleague is stupid before I accept. No, you sent the voice note already. The blame should be on you. If somebody is meant to answer that call, it's on you. So if somebody is meant to actually clarify that voice note, that this is what it meant, this is not this, it's Bob Risky.
Oh.
So them suing VDM, they're actually just floating on water because they cannot sue VDM when they say, okay, the suing, what came out from the suing?
The case is still on. It
It's
has
still
not
on.
even started. So.
It has not started. They should start it now. Should be that they follow.
Do you know the person that they dragged?
I know.
Do you know the cases he has on his head?
I know. They should know. Is it must that he represents himself?
VDM's lawyer.
His son can represent him. Actually, his son
lawyer,
is a lawyer.
VDM lawyer is even under such personality.
Oh, for that VDM and Falana case, I don't want to add anything, but I feel that if it's about if it's about the voice note, the person that is meant to be held accountable for that voice note is not other person but the so-called cross-dresser Bobrisky, which actually is not in the country. I don't understand. Somebody that has a case, they called him for the whole Senate. He did not appear. He did not come to court. He's sick. His tummy is one flimsy excuse or the other until he left Nigeria. And then they are suing VDM. Haba. Let's check it now.
Enough said.
All right, enough said for VDM. Let's go to Ashake and his alleged father. According to Gossip Mill Naija, a man actually came out and cried that he's Ashake's father and that people should come to his aid because he's down with stroke and he needs their help. There's a fact story that is going around that Ashake's father actually left him and his mother when he was young, and that his mother trained him all by herself. Do you really think that Ashake should hear the father's plead now that he's down with stroke and begging for his assistance?
As you said, this is allegedly said.
According to Gossip Mill.
I don't have any. I don't like to speak when I don't have factual evidence to what I am. I'm scanning. I don't know the storyline. It's all said. Ashake hasn't come out to say
anything
what
yet.
we are. Nigerians online are good in crafting stories. So I don't want to put my mouth. If Ashake actually have an issue with his father, they left him, all these things. You see, if your father is alive, your mother is alive, whatever may have happened, and you refuse to help, there is no problem. It's your decision. Everybody will still die.
Do you think a man that left his child when the child was young has the right to come back?
As I said, everybody will still die.
Okay.
See, you do not pick up a story one-sided.
Okay.
You understand? Whatever we've heard about Ashake's father, we need to verify and balance it.
Okay.
Then when I start saying, Mr. Ashake father, you are wrong. What you did to this boy is bad. But you see, carrying grudge for that long to a man that is already at the age of what he's going through, what is the point you will make to God? For us that want to believe that there is a spiritual and superior being called God. Some people don't even believe that there are repercussions for what they are doing or what they have done. So if Ashake don't want to help the man, you will shock you. I stand corrected. And I say it, that somebody else, if they verify this is his father, somebody else will not help that man. But me, I am eager to find out what happened. I have my reason. Now look at the case of Mohbad. Mohbad came out from similar family too. The father, the mother are doing what they are doing. Even at Mohbad's death and passing, they are still acting drama, two of them. You see, this is our parents and our childhood and the present situation where we are looking at these things with parents and all these things. A lot is happening. Some parents are actually responsible for this, their children's misbehavior. Have you seen a child that cannot survive the mental damage of a broken home? Ashaka might be angry for every good reason that this man did not help. If it is true, I keep saying, Helen, I let us always behave like professional journalists.
Yeah, but the news is from Gossip Mill Nigeria. News going on apparently, let's target on them.
Gossip Mill.
Yes, let's target on them and talk about it.
If you had told me that you got this review from Gossip Mill, maybe I wouldn't have not said anything.
At all?
Yes, because
Why?
Gossip News they have not been verified to giving proper verified
No,
news.
although, but apart from Gossip Mill, though, it's been
No.
I saw
when Gossip Mill posted,
because I've not verified it, I need to tag it.
Yes, we shouldn't be part of the speculative rumors, or if not, you'll be held responsible for retractions. So these are speculations I have also heard, and I just enjoyed the movie and said, let's watch and see what Ashake will say. Those close to Ashake,
we are waiting for Ashake to
those that are close to Ashake would call him and say,
the story.
See your father. No, not really story. Baba Elele, look at your father. What are you doing? He said, you're a bad boy. You understand? What is wrong? Then we say, leave that man alone. He did this, he did that. Then they will discuss about it. See, life is a golden gift. Either the man is alive, is not alive. There are things that if it is true, if I'm able to talk to Ashake, I'll say, bro, that man is already at the age where either you forgive him or not, he's not going to change anything.
Well, sometimes silence points to acceptance. It's really good for, as a public figure, as a celebrity,
No, you will not say that. In terms of people like Ashake and Wizkid.
Most times, it's better when a story comes out about
That's what I'm saying, Helen.
And you feel that
Helen,
it's not right.
If you are answering all the questions that the internet is bringing, you will get tired.
Yeah, you come and
so if you watch carefully, no, nothing like that. Allow them to be making their noise if you know that is not true. I actually recommend it sometimes. You see, artists like of recently, Davido self, I've watched him not responding again. When you respond A, they'll bring B and C to you. Wizkid would never ever respond you.
Wizkid right now is responding.
Ashake, he is because he's around. He's around. He has said he will be around.
He has been responding.
He has been responding to some, not all.
Not all. Or at least.
But if you've actually dealt with trollers online,
unlike Wizkid before, Wizkid doesn't even talk on a norms at all before. But right now, I see Wizkid dropping like back to back.
When last did you see? Not this year now. There was a time during November last year, October, he was very much with his phone. And he handled those things.
Oh, okay.
And people thought and they said it was because of his album that was coming out.
Yeah,
but since then he's not saying anything again. He's not talking, he's not responding. But any day he picks up his phone, he will continue from where he stopped. Okay,
about Wizkid, sorry, it's not actually part of my headlines, but I'm just forced to. I'm mouth watering to hear what you're going to say about Wizkid's songs. Can you say that he has declined in some sort of production of hit tracks?
No, normally, Helen, I would have loved to discuss this with you, but knowing that you're a 30 BG fan, I will not say anything. Because anything I say now wouldn't make sense to you.
No, nothing. So I'm just asking.
Let us just be in peace.
I like Davido. I like Wizkid
is one of
too.
The artists in Africa.
I like both of them.
That even very soon, I feel he should be as a departmental course. Wizkid, yes, dance. That one he just dropped in the last album. Wizkid directed that video on his own. What Wizkid does, he upgrades without use. Before you notice, he has upgraded fast.
Okay.
Wizkid, respectfully, Wizkid doesn't stay where you think he would be. That particular kind of Wizkid he puts everybody in kind of. Wizkid is good for the industry. He's full of conflict. He's conflicting. Wizkid is just very fun. You cannot explain his next move. You can. He's not a good boy. He doesn't want to see you as a good boy. But he's very respectful to elders, mostly the Yoruba community. Go and check him out. Wizkid money is invested in Nigeria. Are you aware? Wizkid is among the first global artists in Nigeria to bring UBA close. I stand corrected. He helped me out. Where he was doing his tour, he brought UBA close.
But I think the video
is of recent. Is of recent.
Dobale is for elders more than Wizkid.
It's not about Dobale or no Dobale. You asked. You now see what I was talking about, viewers. You asked a question. I'm asking you now. You're bringing the video into this.
No.
They are all good artists. The video is very supportive and he's seen globally as who he is. He's a good performing artist. But I'm only saying that many of our Nigerian artists And what kept them where they are today is taking a step further than all other Africans.
Okay.
Whiskey started the trend of shutting down O2.
Oh, yeah,
Immediately, Burna Boy followed up. And the rest of them are going. See, now he has gone into another gem of being as intelligent as the folks of Kenya. Kenya West will look at his old album and want to direct a whole full album. Beyonce can do that. They do things that are incredibly abnormal to a normal artist because they feel that they are on top of the game. So you coming out to come and say, Wizkid, what do you think? Wizkid is global. The last album he dropped, we don't need to talk about what the album did in the world. But that album was selectively different from the other kinds of album we were expecting.
Yeah.
So the same thing with Davido's album is coming up very soon. 5. And we're all looking forward to seeing the creative.
So you think that his Wizkid's current album actually beats his past albums?
You are comparing. I will not live to compare anybody.
On hits.
I will not live to compare because
okay, I'm not comparing.
These are people that we are proud of in Nigeria.
Yes, I'm proud of him.
So if you are comparing, if you paid me, Helen, to compare those two, I will compare.
Compare which
because
which
those of Nigerians that are busy comparing 30 BG and FC.
I'm comparing Wizkid new album versus Wizkid old album.
Okay, comparison of those.
Yes.
I feel I like the new album.
You like the new album?
I love the new album.
More than the old?
Not really. You will not talk about Back Home More Time and those are him being. You see, an artist's album is a reflection of what that artist is going through.
Okay.
Yes, and where that artist is, but that particular period where he is. Wizkid feels like he is now a legend.
Okay, so he sings like a legend.
And he not really like a legend.
Okay.
He has redefined this kind of song.
Oh.
He wants to be seen as you come and have this nice vibe. That is what I see he's doing. Wizkid is trying to recreate the sound of his own music. Do not forget early last 2 years, he came out and said he's not a Nigerian artist. He's not an Afrobeat artist. He's an international global artist. So Wizkid is still the highest ranking awardee from Nigeria, from Africa itself.
That's true.
Everybody needs to be encouraged. You understand? Everybody needs to be. Davido is taking Nigerian music to where Wizkid may have not even gotten to. Wizkid is taking Nigerian music to where Davido has not gotten to. Okay. So why are we comparing these two?
Yeah.
It's like
we love both.
It's like what do we do for sports? You can't talk about Messi, Ronaldo.
Okay, we're not talking about sports, and we are stopping today.
Are you winning it from sports?
No, not really.
Okay.
And we are going to stop our weekly review on the note of Wizkid's album is actually redefining Africa and Nigeria as a whole. Stay tuned.